Let me sleep on it. Let's play podcast. So, I have now, last night, listened to 5-8, Season 5, Episode 8. And we are talking, or I was talking last year about hobbies and tracing the etymology of the word from the Roman hobby horse. And, a hobby horse was something basically turned into the rocking horse, which didn't go anywhere. It rocked back and forth. So that's still true today, although I think people expect more out of their hobbies than they used to. And I think I'm looking at you, Internet. I think the Internet has been both a blessing and a curse for your average hobby, because it's on the plus side, you have been able to share with far more people your interests, but that can have a plus and a minus. People, also, they share, and that's great and everything, but you can also get into arguments. You can, suffer maybe privately the green-eyed monster. Get depressed because this guy has more stars than I've got, or to take an example from planetariums, or whatever. It also puts pressure on you. The Internet does, to make money from your hobby. Make it into a holiday let, like they do in England. Why shouldn't I make money off this podcast? Why shouldn't I, sell stuff on Etsy or Pinterest? And that, I think, can be a good thing for some people, but is it really? When does a hobby become a job or something that you just have to, it's supposed to be an escape. And it happens to everybody. Look at me. The moment I started podcasting, I became obsessed with the numbers, didn't I? Now, how many downloads have we got? Oh, my goodness. Why don't we have downloads in France? And that's not the way hobbies are supposed to be. So I've been trying to, preach that to myself. I don't know if it's working or not. Maybe I need Brother Jonah back to preach it to me. But he'd be busy collecting money probably. Resist that temptation if you can. I'm not one to give advice, but I'm trying to just forget numbers. Maybe not look at numbers anymore. Maybe not look, maybe not try to share every time, like I do here on the podcast. Every time I collect a new stamp, just try to enjoy it on my own, have satisfaction, and not immediately jump online and post a picture of it on Facebook. That is really hard, because online has gotten its teeth into us now, hasn't it? So if you can do this, and I know there are people that do this, and I have a couple hobbies that I really don't talk about because they're just private. This used to be private. Before online, well, no, I was running HPA, wasn't I? In the beginning, it was private. Let's face it. Let's be honest. So it's a very persuasive force. These forces to share, to envy, to compare, to measure, to compete, and to profit. That's a black hole almost, that maybe if we can all be aware of, we can be a little more just enjoying what we do for the sake of doing it. That's what it's supposed to be all about. So those are my thoughts from that crazy. Oh, there was one more thing on 5-8. I said I sat in the dark and rocked. Now, I do, but I sit in the dark with stars overhead and rock. That makes it justified, I hope. Thanks for listening.